Hi, I'm Jamie,
And I'm Leisha.
and we are
Carb Counters.
And this is March the 15th, 2020. If some of you people realize what's going on in the world, coronavirus is a huge thing. If you've been to your grocery store in the last few days, you probably realize that everything is gone off the shelves, or a lot of it is. So far, I posted on our Carb Counter page to see if anybody had a recipe for how to make cauliflower into toilet paper, and I haven't had anybody comment on that yet a whole lot so far.
And you can make everything out of cauliflower.
Almost everything. But apparently there's not a recipe for toilet paper yet.
So there will be, I'm sure.
Yep. If this goes on long enough, I'm sure somebody will come up with one. One of the things we wanted to talk about today, and I pulled 99% of this stuff out of my cabinets because I keep this stuff because if I'm having a long day and I don't want to cook, this is what's in my cabinets to make a fast meal or a treat.
She is the prepared person.
Not prepared, just lazy. I don't have to go by the store that way. Some of these things you think may not be the best quality foods, but in a long-term situation, they could be some things that will be really valuable to you and your family. So I think we're going to start over here and walk across this way.
Make our way across.
Yes. The first one is peanut butter. I don't know about you guys, but I love peanut butter. I can eat it by the spoonful, and I probably do way more than I should. And yes, this is Peter Pan, and it has just a little bit of sugar in it. And it has some not super fantastic oils in it, but it is a lot better than nothing to eat. And if you've got some butter, or you've got some coconut oil, or you've got some cream cheese, you can make some fat bombs, and you can give those to your kids, and it'll be something that'll make them stay full longer, and the nutrition that they need is going to be available in this. And then I also have some natural peanut butter, which is what I try to eat a whole lot if I'm going to eat peanut butter. And this one only has one carb less than Peter Pan does. So in a pinch, if you don't want to spend the extra money for the all natural, get the Peter Pan.
My husband prefers Peter Pan, so that's usually what I get.
So, and if you like crunchy, get crunchy. I'm just not a crunchy fan.
Me either.
So, one of the other things I've found that you can get at the health food stores, or I ordered this at Thrive Market. This is sunflower butter. If you've got somebody in your family with nut allergies, this is going to give you another really good option. If you've got the cheese and the eggs and a little bit of almond flour and mayonnaise, you can use the chaffle recipes there are, and you can look up the white Wonder Bread chaffles, and you can make your kids sunflower and sugar-free jelly sandwiches or sugar-free syrup sandwiches, and they won't feel like they're being deprived.
Yeah, they're great that way. And y'all, these are also really great options when your kids are home from school. Like our kids will be home, my grandkids, her grandkids will be home from school this week.
At least another week.
At least another week because of an extended spring break because of coronavirus.
Right.
And so these are really good options to have on hand because they're easy to pull out and stir up, mix up. The kids can pretty much do it themselves.
Yeah, if you've got grandkids that are old enough to be in school, most of them can handle doing this by themselves. And if you've got kids that are like 7, 8, 9, they think it's an adventure to do this by themselves.
Oh yeah, they think it's awesome.
Yeah, so they're getting to be independent. They really like that. Now we're going to talk about, this is chicken in a can. And these are, you can see these are pretty big cans. This is 2 of them. And these come in a 4-pack. And you can tell this is what I already had in storage because this is what I use. It makes really good chicken salad, or you can melt down some cheddar cheese and put some cream cheese with it. And
queso chicken.
And you have queso chicken ready to go in about 15-20 minutes. Throw it in the oven, let it brown a little bit if you want to, or you can use it for a dip.
Oh, take your pork rinds, break them up small, pour your queso chicken over it. Your kids will think they have been to the Mexican restaurant.
Exactly.
Works great.
So, and we really recommend y'all get some pork rinds. Get the big bags. fill them up. They keep forever, and they make a really good substitute for chips for a lot of the dips and stuff with your kids. Then the next thing we got is tuna fish.
My grandkids, one grandson in particular, loves tuna. Every time he comes over, he says, "Mimi, will you make me some tuna salad? Boil some eggs to go in it."
That's it.
So,
So hopefully you can find some eggs. So if you've got some eggs to go in it, that makes it go a whole lot further, and maybe some celery or something like that to make it an extender. But that's also good on your chips. Or if you've got the things to make a chaffle, you can make a chaffle and you make a sandwich out of it. Then this is ham. So if you're wanting something different and you got eggs, drain your ham off good and put it in your eggs and add a little onion powder and garlic powder and stir it all up. Add some cheese to it.
makes a great scrambled egg.
A great scrambled egg, and it's also something different for a change.
And you know, we don't have one here, but you can also get a canned ham in the little oval cans.
Yeah.
Years ago when we were kids, they had a key on them.
Right.
So you could
And we
roll
loved
the
to
key
get to
around it. We
open
were
them.
so excited. And to open them. So if y'all are old like us, you may remember that. But Dollar General usually has them for what, $3,
For
$3.25?
$3, and they're about a little 1.5 pound ham. They're a small ham, but you can get a lot of slices out of it.
And those are great if you bake them and put just a little bit of the swerve brown sugar, sprinkle that over it.
Right.
Oh, those are awesome.
And they're also really great to slice them up and then cube them up and make you if you've got the cheese or the chaffles, make pizza out of them.
Oh, yeah.
You can use spaghetti sauce in the can if you can't get pizza sauce, or you can use the pizza sauce and do it. The spaghetti sauce in the can, I think it has 5, the Hunt's brand has 5 carbs per 2 tablespoons. So, and if you are
if you're sharing with your kids can have higher carbs anyway.
Yes.
So it's really not an issue for them most of the time, unless you have one that has severe seizures or something that you're really trying to watch for. But it's not an everyday thing that you're going to do for every meal, so it won't hurt you either most of the time to do that once in a while.
Right.
And it is a fun option.
And then the next thing we're going to talk about is the ubiquitous Spam. Yeah, during emergency situations, you've always heard Spam, and we've always called it something posing at meat, but it actually really is meat. And it has almost no carbs in it. It's very long-term storable. And
travels well. You can even get it in individual foil packs now.
Like the tuna fish in the pack.
If you want to take it on vacation.
Like this is the tuna fish in the pack. You can get the Spam in one little cut by itself, and they have a lot of them with different seasonings on them. So that is really interesting, but these are really good for sandwiches and eggs and some people do them like little casseroles, chop them up, do them as casseroles, do them for toppings for pizza, just a lot of the usual stuff.
Those are really good with just a little bit of brown sugar sprinkled over them and baked in the oven or the toaster oven.
They almost taste like ham when you get the brown sugar
really
on
do.
The Swerve brown sugar or the monk fruit, the Canto brown sugar, not brown sugar.
Yeah. Make sure you use the alternative brown sugars.
Right. And this is sardines. And most people make faces when you say sardines because a lot of people have never tried them.
My husband loves them.
Yeah. And I used to not like them and did not eat them. And I started buying them in the water or in olive oil. Y'all, sardines really aren't bad when you got mustard sauce and hot sauce on them. To me, a lot of people would rather have them with the mustard sauce and the hot sauce, but I prefer just the plain sardines. They don't have nearly as strong a flavor as I thought they did.
I'm going to have to try them again. It's been a long time. The smell is usually what gets me before I even taste them.
That's what gets a lot of people.
And that's probably, if you don't care for them, that's probably why you don't care for them too.
So, but if you are in a situation where you've got to have stuff that you can put up and store for long term, use a clothespin, use your sardines. They've got a lot of really, really good stuff in there for you.
And the omega-3s, omega-6s, and omega-9s are in here, and your body needs those. And if you eat those 2 or 3 times a week, you don't need a supplement of any kind. You're getting what you need.
Right. So that would be one less thing you'd have to worry about is keeping supplements and stuff up for your family.
That's right.
So
We have nuts here. These are dry roasted peanuts, and Jamie has the big containers because she bakes a lot and she uses them in brownies and cookies and all kinds of things. And we have pecans because pecans are always good. And she even had, and I was excited to see these dry roasted macadamia nuts. I'm gonna open these before I leave.
You help yourself.
But I mean, you don't want to overdo it with them, but they're great to have for a snack. Divide them up in little Ziploc bags, the snack size bags, and put a fourth of a cup,
Right,
or an eighth of a cup, so that when you want something, you can go in and you can get something, and you're not going back going, oh, let me just get a few more, because that's what I would do
right.
if I didn't divide them up.
If you don't put them in individual size packages, you tend to keep grazing. If you go ahead and portion them out in individual size packages, it keeps you much more aware of what you're eating
And how much you are eating.
Mm-hmm.
And it will help your kids
Yes.
a lot. It will help them learn portion sizes, and it will just help them not do like we do and mindlessly go back and eat another bite. And, oh, that tasted good. Let me just get one more little bite.
Right.
And so that's something that we learned growing up in a fast food restaurant.
Yes.
We had lots of adventures. Here she has a can of salmon. Is that what this one is? Yes, pink salmon. Salmon patties are always a great option. And you can even make a salmon salad very similar to a tuna salad. And you can also buy salmon in the smaller cans the size of the tuna cans these days. So if it's just you and your spouse, or you don't want to make a whole big can and have bunches of leftovers, buy the smaller size cans and make just for you, or just for you and one more. And then you can have them tonight and maybe take them for your lunch in a couple of days, and not be eating them all week long. Because I know when you're eating the same thing all week long, leftovers get old.
Yes.
Nobody gets too excited about those. Then the other things that we have here are what we call viennas in the South. And is that what both of these are?
One's a beef and one's a chicken.
Okay, they do come in different types: beef and chicken and pork. I think there is a pork one. And you can also get them.
The blue one may be the pork one. I think they're pork and chicken.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm seeing spots because of the lighting.
So. Yeah.
So I can't read on there right now, even with my glasses on. But viennas are a great meat option. No carbs. They're good little snacks. They're a good meal if you're out on a picnic or four-wheeling or whatever.
That's it.
If you're on vacation, they're a great thing to pack to carry with you in the car, because you might not want to open them in the car and have the juice everywhere and everything. But when you stop, you can open them and have a picnic on the side of the road.
Yeah, pour the juice out on the side of the road, not in your car.
That's right. And so they're just a really good, and my grandkids like them. They went to the camp last summer with their Pop without any other adult. Pop is not the big cooking person. If you go in with him, you're eating pantry, not grocery store food, convenience store food.
Yes.
And we sent viennas and tuna and chicken in a can and some Spam. They had some brand new experiences, and they discovered they like fried Spam. They discovered bacon sandwiches are good.
That's right.
Of course, he ate them on bread. I make them on chaffles. So either way, they're good. And you can always cook up some bacon to have on hand, because after it's cooked, it really doesn't have to be refrigerated. It usually doesn't stick around long enough at my house, unless I do hide it somewhere.
It's usually okay out for a day or two. I don't know if I'd eat it if it'd been there for a week, but it's probably not going to be there that long anyway.
It doesn't last that long at my house.
No, it doesn't last that long in most houses.
So, but that's just some ideas to kind of help you think through some storage options, because I know with the coronavirus going on, and with a lot of other things that people have been talking about, they're talking about buying some things up, having enough food on hand for at least 3 or 4 days.
Right.
If not a week or two. people go, what do you get? Because so many people now just go by the store every day and pick up something for supper, or they stop at Wendy's or Hardee's or wherever and pick up a meal already prepared.
Right.
And so these give you some options that are quick and easy, that you don't have to think a lot about and do a lot of preparation for.
And a few of the other things you can add that I didn't have in my kitchen is you can add meat sticks, like the Slim Jims.
Oh yeah.
You can really watch the carbs on it and get some jerky. Jerky's really good and it fills you up fast. And what's a couple of the other things we had talked about? Oh, if you've got the money and you just want to go spend it, go look at the packaged dried powdered eggs.
Oh yeah.
If you can't get fresh eggs, then that gives you an option. If you have almond flour and whatever else you need to cook with, you'll actually be able to do scrambled eggs, you'll be able to do chaffles, you'll be able to do cookies, you'll be able to do
several different things
that you can do with regular eggs.
Yeah, and you can bake with them.
Yeah.
Anything that calls for an egg when you're cooking, you could pretty much use those for. And they tell you on there how much a fourth of a cup equals one egg, or what the conversion is.
What the conversion is. So you don't have to wonder. It tells you like a half a cup and 3 tablespoons of water or whatever it is equals 3 large eggs.
And I used to keep those all the time when my kids were small, just so that I had them on hand if I ran out of eggs.
Right.
I would have them to make whatever.
Right.
And I did use them a lot for baking. I've kind of gotten out of the habit since my kids have gotten older, and it's just me and hubby.
Well, there's a lot of people on WIC, and if you're on WIC, I think one of their options is powdered eggs.
Yes.
So if you're on WIC, or you know somebody that's on WIC, they get stuff, they get more stuff than they actually want. Tell them to get you some powdered eggs and put them up.
If they get powdered eggs and they don't want them, tell them not to throw them away.
Yes,
they can share those. That's okay.
That's right.
We have a cousin that used to share hers with us.
That's it.
So
she didn't like them, and we used them, so we appreciated that.
That's right.
So
that's pretty much, I think, what we've got
for today. Just talking about what you can put up and have long term. Just some really quick ideas. So
thought provokers.
Yes. So do us a favor, and if you come up with some ideas, drop them in the comments below this, because we have a lot of smart people in this group, and we want to know what are some of the things that you think of that you can come up with that we haven't thought about yet.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, and we usually forget to say this, first of all, we are not healthcare professionals.
No.
We are just regular people who like to do research and share our knowledge to help other people. And if you get value out of this, feel free to share it on your page, on a messenger message if you know someone that you feel like would be helped by it. We would love to know that we were being helpful out there in other areas.
Yes. So because like you, we've got families, and it's always a challenge figuring out how to take care of our families just day to day, much less when there's an emergency situation.
Yeah, because we're the moms and the grandma and the we want to take care of all of them
and all of you. That's why we're doing this video.
So y'all just know we love you, and we want to help you be able to count carbs no matter what the situations, so that first of all you don't get sick from falling back into the carbohydrate crush.
Right.
Because if you've been off of carbohydrates for a while and you just go back to eating the way you used to, it's going to make you sick.
It's going to make you really sick. And then the thing is, if you can get back on low carb, it's going to take you a week or two to detox again. So
it's just not fun to bounce back and forth.
No.
And it's much healthier to just stay low carb when it's not any more trouble. You just might have to think about it a little bit more until you get accustomed to thinking about it like we do. And,
right.
And for us, it's just second nature now. We've been doing it so long, we just go, ooh, no.
Right. So just make sure you've got like tuna fish and chicken salad, and get you a couple extra bottles of Duke's mayonnaise and put them up. So you'll have them. It's no fun if you get ready to eat chicken. You don't want to eat it just straight out of the can all by itself usually.
You do want something to go on it.
And some of the things you can do is buying the hard cheeses is not nearly as much fun as just opening a package of shredded and throwing in what you've got. But the hard cheeses keep them long. If you keep them sealed up, they can keep up to 5 or 6 months. So when you open that block of cheese up, put it in a Ziploc bag, squish all the air out of it, seal it up, and you will have cheese to go in the different things you're getting. The hard cheeses can keep for a long time if you keep the air off of them.
And you can freeze them. I mean, if you want to get that block of cheese out, shred it up, divide it up into quart-size Ziploc bags, which is about the size that you're normally going to purchase already shredded anyway, and store them in your freezer and pull them out one at a time so you don't have such a large amount taking up space.
Or even do them in a pint or half pint bag, so that way that would be like one serving mixed with your chicken or whatever else you want to do.
And it thaws, I mean, like almost instantly because you know it's shredded.
Yeah. And if you have a friend or family that you are so inclined to share with, you're not giving them your whole block of cheese. They don't see a whole block of cheese. They say, hey, she's got a bag, she'll let me have.
And so that helps you both out.
That helps you both out.
So just some of our thoughts and some of our things that we do.
Right. And like we said, we love you. This video is just to give you some ideas, and we hope if you have some ideas, you'll share them with us, because we might want to make another video one of these days, and we've got some really smart people in this group.
That's right, and we want to share your knowledge too.
That's right.
Y'all take care and have a great day.
Bye from Carb Counters.
Well, I think that one was pretty good too.
Yeah.